Let's answer some questions. All right, so the last time I did something with a face cam was a year ago. Year and a half passes by and we've uploaded a whole total of 4, 8, 12, 16, almost 20 videos in like a year and a half. Let's go, good upload schedule, man. Haha. It's a bad upload schedule. I asked you guys on the community post of my channel, Q&A time. After popular demand, I've decided to do a Q&A from your guys' questions. I also posted it over on my public Discord. So we're gonna go ahead and check out both of them. Mostly my public Discord, you guys asked a lot of questions. Like a lot of questions. You know, for a channel that barely uploads, the core community of this channel is just so still active, and I just appreciate that so much from you guys. I appreciate the patience. It's taken a while to do things. You know what they say? Let's just answer the questions, bro. We're gonna start from the bottom and I'm just gonna go through them. And yeah, I am gonna skip some I don't wanna answer. Get over it. So Fly Guy Murph asks, I'd really like to know where you get some of your ideas from, because they are really creative. Sometimes I just come up with them, but I think most of the things I come up with are just a mix of everything around me that I consume in terms of like content myself, stories I also experience from, just a wide variety of stuff. You guys asked some pretty hard-hitting questions, so we're gonna get to them. And questions you've all been clearly dying to have answered. So we'll see if I end up answering them. What inspires your stories? I love the stories you make and want to know what inspires the stories you make. I guess I just kind of answered that, so we're gonna go ahead and skip that. How do you come up with your ideas? There's gonna be a lot of repeats in questions, I think. And then the guy that asked the very first question said, yo, that's kind of what my question's about. Okay, all right, now let's go find a new one. How long have you been doing Minecraft content? Been wondering this for a while. Well, Julian Caney, I've been doing Minecraft content. As a matter of fact, Minecraft content's pretty much what I started YouTube. I'd say almost exactly 10 years. I started my YouTube channel, FavreMySabre, February 15th? February of 2015. So if this video comes out anytime soon, I'm assuming it'll be in a couple of months will actually be my 10-year anniversary of creating this specific channel and starting to do content. I mean, I say about a decade, dude. That makes me feel old. Connor is AFK asked, what has been your favorite MCTV series you have ever done? Oof. And they did, wait, what? You could do like a little text thing. Cough, cough, Rainbow Quest, cough, cough. I think as new stories have been coming out, they've just been like an evolution of what I've done before. So, you know, I started out with very basic stories and I didn't even finish a lot of them. And I realized, you know, first off, like people like to have a concluded story. So I practiced that. First ever story I actually concluded was Rainbow Quest. Honestly, I would say my current favorite would probably still be, you know, Twisted Rainbow / Alex Rising. Twisted Rainbow I was a lot more personally involved in, and Alex Rising, Phoenix been running. She's been doing such an amazing job. You know, I still take part in it, but she is the lead director of it. She does such an amazing job with the animations and just everything. So I'd say Alex Rising, if you guys haven't given it a try, check it out. I know it's taking forever to upload, but I'll lock it in with Alex Rising / Twisted Rainbow. Story depth, I would say Rainbow Quest, just writing like just actual progression lore wise, just because that was the most recent, longer concluded story. Twisted Rainbow was like a conclusion of that, like a follow-up of that, kind of connected. And it begins! Back to the basics. I'm wondering if you'll ever do a first-person or Steve-related series again. I love the charm of the first-person view experiences and it not feeling like a completely different story, but something connected to Minecraft in a way. Well, Savant, Steve stuff? No. First-person stuff? Maybe. I have asked you guys like what you would like to see on the future of this channel, and I'm open to a lot of stuff. I want to be passionate about whatever I put on this channel, and I also want to be able to be consistent. You know, like I don't want to take half a year to do things. I think I'm pretty stuck up and like hung up on being like really high quality on things. And I think the more I raise my bar, the more I'm less willing to go lower on that bar. But it's hard to be willing to go lower on the bar when you've raised it and you can see the beautiful quality of content. I'm open to doing even you know, non-Minecraft things. Like I've actually just set up my new office right here. I've got tracked, like cameras that can track me now. I've got things that I'm more than willing to do in here. I want to do IRL projects, and I don't know if you guys are interested in that. Let me know. I've been working on some interior design stuff. I've been setting up like that corner. This is my new space. I mean, the last time I did a face cam video, you guys saw me in my old place that I lived in, so I haven't even shown off this new area. A lot to do. Who's your favorite Steve on your channel? Origin Steve. Do you plan to do other content? I know you do Bloons TD6, but do you have any plans to do other stuff? I know you did BTD6, which I watch a lot. I'm assuming over on Tuber, which is where I do that. I'm just wondering if you had any plans to do something else. Yeah, I mean, well, I guess I just went on a rant, so I don't need to talk about it too much. But again, I still love Minecraft, and that's still going to be happening. Don't worry, that's not going anywhere. Minecraft Stories is not going anywhere, no matter what I talk about. I just want you guys to know that. The plan is do Minecraft stuff with some other things. I've personally got a lot of projects in mind that I like working on that I just don't talk about. I've actually made this brand new desk right here from scratch. I got a butcher block wood slab. I sanded it down, varnished it, and then I assembled a new frame. This is a standing desk. I assembled it, and then I just put together this entire set, and I had so much fun doing that, and I was like, wow, man, that could have been cool to show people. But nonetheless, I guess the final product's here. I don't usually show the process of things. I usually just show the final products. If you guys are interested in the process of how I do things, right now what I'm thinking of doing is I actually ordered a bunch of stuff, and I want to put together a rug, okay? Because there's no like quarter circle shaped rug. So what I want to do is over here, I want to put like a quarter of a circle of a rug right in this corner. And they don't really sell quarter circle rugs. Then I realized I can just learn how to make rugs, bro. So I ordered all of the supplies, and I'm gonna make a rug. I'm just gonna make a rug, and I'm gonna put it right in that corner. I could do that. What keeps you going? Water, food, like sustenance, you know, like nutrients, sleep, and question time. What other stories that you are planning to make, or stories that you already made but haven't published yet? If so, what kind would it be? Oh, well, I can't just go ahead and spoil it for you, but I will say that another story is in the works, and that's all I'm gonna say. I'm not gonna say anything else. Another story is in the works. Alex Rising is still coming out, but another story is in the works while we finish out Alex Rising Season 1. We've learned a lot of lessons from Alex Rising. We've made mistakes on Alex Rising, especially with like the delays in uploads, lengths of the videos, you know, all that stuff. And we are taking those lessons and really working on them for the next things that we want to release, because we want to give you guys consistent content if we are going to continue doing this story stuff. It's not, I don't think it's sustainable for anybody for us to be so spotty. You know, it's not sustainable for my team to not have such consistent work output. It's not consistent for you guys to watch it. So we're working on that. About you, Icy Willow Song asks, I just want to know more about you and the team. I don't really have any particular questions in mind, but anything about you. Maybe games you like. What do you like to do outside of YouTube? What were the things that helped inspire the story of Alex Rising? And the most important question of all, are you a tea or coffee guy? Games I like. I actually like Minecraft, like just to play it anyways, but it's not vanilla Minecraft. I actually can't play vanilla Minecraft, straight up. I'm so spoiled by modded Minecraft that I can only play mod packs on Minecraft. Vanilla is so boring to me because there's so little to do compared to mods that I can't. I literally don't even like Minecraft. I like modded Minecraft. Like specifically, I can't even play vanilla. What were the things that helped inspire the story of Alex Rising? Let's see here. I sat down with Phoenix. We said, hey, all right, we got to come up with a story. Phoenix came up with this world-built story of, you know, kingdoms and a main character who's a prince. I helped come up with the name of Alex and Petro, the name Alex Rising, and then we just got it going. Actually, fun fact, I don't think anyone's even figured it out. People keep thinking that I just misspelled Alex, but no, Alex is... Actually, will this be a spoiler? No, I gotta shut up. I'm done, that's it, that's all I'm gonna say. I can't. For your earlier series like Assassin's Creed and Steve Saga, did you make the story as you went, or Did you have a defined storyline that you followed? Oh, I just made them as I went. Literally every episode, just, what am I doing today, baby? And I just whipped it out of nowhere, dude. Literally completely whipped it out of nowhere. Will Steve content return? No. How do you feel about your content nowadays compared to 3 to 4 years ago? What was I putting out 3 to 4 years ago? Rainbow Quest? Okay, 3 to 4 years ago, I was doing Rainbow Quest. I've been pretty honest about this already in a previous video explaining my situation. I was kind of going broke. I was kind of stuck doing like Minecraft stories. It didn't mean that I didn't enjoy doing Rainbow Quest. You know, I was very happy with the Rainbow Quest story, and I'm very proud of the Rainbow Quest story. But I think that 3 to 4 years ago, financially, I was kind of it was not looking good, dude. It felt constrained. It felt forced, like I had to do it. But, you know, I still look back at Rainbow Quest fondly. I'm happy I did it. I don't have any regrets. Everything happened exactly as it needed to happen, when it happened, how it happened. I'm proud of what I put out 3 to 4 years ago, and I'm so happy to know that so many people enjoyed it. Do you plan on launching another type of Steve series? Nope. Will you ever go back to content that you didn't finish to give them a proper ending? Think about it like this. Think about it. Someone probably wants me to finish some series. I'm assuming this has something to do with some roleplay I did like 7 years ago, right? Imagine being 10 years old, okay? And just making some random drawing on you're just making some drawing and you're coloring it in and you're like, yo, I want to make a full picture and color it all the way in. And then you're like, you know what? I don't want to do this anymore. And you stopped. And then 8 years later, when you turn 18, okay, you are now an adult. Someone goes, aren't you going to go back and finish that? Like, aren't you going to go back and finish coloring in that one piece of paper that you did? Come on. You know, is there you ever want to go back and finish those things? It's not like I look back and I'm like, oh, that was stupid. But it's more of like, why would I go back and finish that? Like, there's so many more things I could put my time into that are newer, fresher, that I'd like to start with who I am now rather than 8 years ago me. And like, obviously I wasn't 10 years old when I was 8 years ago, but you guys get my point. You know, I'm just trying to put it in perspective. Like 8 years is a long time. Like I really don't care about going back and finishing something like that, especially something that I was doing where it was just like daily, just pumping it out. Like I didn't even have an end goal in mind on most of my things. But literally before Rainbow Quest, I didn't really have endings in mind. I just went, all right, well, what's the next video I'm gonna do? And so I would just do the next video because I had to daily upload. So I would just be like, all right, well, I got to upload another video today. We got to pump this out. What's something we could do in one day, bro? And we would just do it. Rainbow Quest I had in mind, and after that, we always have something in mind. Since I had something in mind starting now, if I somehow don't finish things, then maybe, but I do plan on finishing things this time around. Oh God, I hope people don't use that like in the future against me. Favorite Pokemon? I like Pichu, but mostly because I like playing Pichu on Smash. I'm not really a Pokemon guy. I do like playing Smash Bros though, and I like playing Pichu. Will you ever continue that series with all the hero brines? No. The Crafting Dead. Are you going to continue the Crafting Dead series? No. Okay, I won't just cut off with that one. I should actually probably give a little answer. Crafting Dead was actually spearheaded by the L-Spike Lucas, the same person that did Steve Legends. He's just got his own things going on now. I don't think we're gonna go back to Crafting Dead. It's just not something that we're both interested in going back and revisiting. Funny enough, actually, that series we did kind of have an ending in mind. It's just, there was too many moving parts. The mod pack was complex. The way we even recorded those videos was super complex. It was like this weird hybrid that was sick as a final product, but it is just not, it's not easy to do. It requires a lot of hands-on work with a lot of people around at the same time. It's just, I don't think we're gonna do it. What have you been up to these past few years? It's been forever since I've seen your face. Any big life updates you're willing to share? Has the long hair made a return? No, dude, I ain't going back to the long hair, dog. My hair's a little greasy right now, but it's short. It's short. I can't go back to the long hair, but you know what, Solari? Let's see, any big life updates? I mean, I guess I moved. I guess I took up indoor rock climbing, like bouldering, not with like the rope, but like free climbing. I guess like I didn't really expect to talk about it here in this video, but I've been chronically sick literally this entire year. The year 2024, depending, I don't know if I say this entire year and it's like 2025, I don't know when this video is coming out. I'm recording it on the 23rd, okay? Merry Christmas Eve. But yeah, this entire year I've been chronically sick. I don't, like, I know that if I start explaining it, a bunch of people are going to be hypothesizing, thinking they can help. And I'm always grateful of people wanting to help. But trust me, I've been to a bunch of doctors. I got a bunch of stuff checked out. I've been getting checked. I'm on, I'm on it. I am working on still fixing it. So don't worry. It's not like I've given up, but it's been kind of a rough year health wise. So that's been kind of brutal, but nonetheless, still, have loving friends and family around me, and just trying to do a lot of personal growth. I guess I haven't been too much on this channel doing a lot of face cam stuff other than over on Tuber, which I still do with my friend Tootie. So if you guys want to see me on camera, you can see me there, but I'm a lot more in gaming mode over there, and there's a lot more of me just talking over here. You know what? No, I think there are big life updates, but I don't know what I do and don't want to talk about yet, to be honest. This is the first time I've come back on camera in like over a year and a half, and other than that one video I did, it's been like 3 years since I ever did semi-consistent face cam stuff, like, you know, face to face with you guys here. So I think I'm just getting used to it. We'll see. I would love to see your guys' input. Pixelcrafts asks, what was the most important lesson you took after finishing Steve content, and how did you apply it to your next stories? What advice would you give people who want to go in the same field of content as you? And what, in your opinion, is the most important thing that makes a good story if you had to choose one? I think one thing was, anytime I did cinematics in my Steve content, that's the things I would always go back and rewatch. So I think that was a big push internally to be like, yo, those are the things I'm rewatching, bro. I'm rewatching like cinematics, and I'll even go, like, you know, when you like hover over a YouTube video and it shows like the bumps, like of who's watching a lot at certain spots, it shows that a lot of people do like the cinematic parts. Like, those are usually, other than the same intros that would be reused over and over again because they're just being repetitive, people just skip that. But like new cinematics, people like love it, and they always like watch it over and over again. Those are the parts that people are like, whoa, that's sick, you know? And I'm like, I mean, that's what I think too. I'm like, yo, I'd say probably the cinematic stuff. Finishing stories. Steve content's where I really, you know, Rainbow Quest was where I really started going, yo, okay, I gotta finish the story out, dude. So I think that's where we're applying it now. We're doing whatever it takes. I mean, we've been doing Alex Rising for almost like 2.5, 3 years now, and we're still doing it, dude. Because I refuse to not finish it. I refuse to not finish it. We're gonna finish this season of Alex Rising. It is happening, dude. Dear God. Oh my God. I did not realize how many questions there were, bro. Whoa, we are just getting started, and I'm like 40 minutes into the raw footage of this thing. Do I try to make this a short video, or do I just go hard? Did you forget about Dreams of Color? Nah, I didn't forget about Dreams of Color. It actually kind of amazes me. Like, Dreams of Color didn't even get that many views, like the trailer that I put out, but I guess like the core audience loved the trailer. And you guys have been asking about it like all the time. And I'm just like, okay, well, cool. Like, I guess you guys still love it. Like, you still want to see it. But no, I didn't forget about it. I just kind of changed what I wanted to do. I think when I put out the trailer for Dreams of Color, I was in a specific like mindset, and just the place I was in life. I wanted to tell like kind of a specific story. But then as I like continue getting older, because life goes on and time passes, here we are, slow march into the future. I think I just wanted to change the story, and now I actually have the story I really want to tell. Not to tease you guys even further, but this new story I have in my head is basically what I want to do with Dreams of Color, but like way better in my opinion. I wanted to make this new story into an MCTV show, but I think I might want to write a book first about it. But here I am saying I'm going to write a book now, yet promises, my guy. It'd be kind of cool. You know, I've been interested in writing a book. So tell me if you guys are interested in a book. Wow, a lot to tell me about in the comment section. We're just apparently getting started, man. Look, think about this, okay? All right, I'm serious. I'm not good at writing books. I hated books as a kid. But now that I like stories, I like writing. I journal. I like journaling. But I'm not saying I'm good at writing books. All right, there's a difference. I have no idea if I can actually write a book. So it could be straight up hot garbage. Just a heads up, but let me know. Oh, interesting. I'm genuinely curious since you always ask us what we want, but I don't believe we actually know about what you or your team want to make. You guys deserve to have your opinions and say on the matter too, after all. Yeah, I think the thing about that is that I want to do so many things. I just want to do so much, but like I can't do everything. So if I can't do everything, then I'm like, well, I mean, I'm open to things. So what's the majority opinion want? But there are a lot of things that I am passionate about that I think, people probably wouldn't care about that if you did that, you know? Oh my God, am I saying you know all the time? I think I've been saying you know literally all the time, and now that I've caught it, I'm gonna catch it all the time, aren't I? There's things I wanna do. Even though you guys say you wanna see it, the YouTube algorithm has its own opinions, and it'd be nice to grow the channel, you know? Oh, I said you know again! Oh God! Oh, Jesus. Lock back in. The YouTube algorithm has its own thoughts on things. And it would be great to grow the channel. It's been stuck for a while at where it is. And it's nice. It'd be nice to grow the community again. One thing we really do want to do, regardless of your guys' thoughts, is MCTV content. Alex Rising doesn't even get that many views, but I've been pushing to just conclude the story, because as someone who enjoys stories themselves, that watches shows and then gets super hyped about them and then looks up like, yo, like, when's the final episode's coming out or whatever, and then just doesn't see the conclusion, or the show's been canceled. And you're like, dude, I got invested for all of that? The most important thing I've learned from storytelling is to provide audience with closure, whether it's unsatisfying or satisfying closure. It could be bad closure, as long as it's closure. So we're gonna finish out Alex Rising, and we're gonna do more MCTV just because I'm so passionate about producing stories, shows, things that people can connect with through other worlds that were created out of nothing. This world has so much to offer, yet we can create worlds endlessly within ourselves and express them through story, which I think is just crazy. I've learned a lot of lessons, and I've learned a lot through stories rather than been told it or dictated it. In a lot of ways, it's easier to learn a lot of things about yourself when you're not being told it or like sternly talked to about it by somebody else. But that can also help sometimes too, so teach their own. Will you ever continue doing the Galaxy Steve YouTuber series? Nope, I'm gonna go faster. I gotta go faster. Why did you start a YouTube channel? Because I wanted to make content. Did you think about going back to fix the plot holes in Rainbow Quest? What plot holes? You're crazy. I don't know what you're talking about. What is the best fan interaction you've ever had? Ooh, well. All right, I had to take a quick cut because I got a phone call, and now I'm super tired because it's like midnight. But let's go ahead and keep going. Questions have been brewing for a while. Void asks, what was your original expectation for your channel? Did you just decide on story-driven content, or did you want to start out with something else and later transition into said story-driven content? I didn't start immediately with story-driven content, but I naturally got to story-driven content pretty quick, like near immediately, and I think I stuck with it. It's something it felt right, felt normal. Will IRL content ever make a return on your channels? I remember a few years back, you had an IRL channel. Do you ever see content like that coming back? If not, maybe something similar. I don't think I see content specifically like that coming back, because I mean, if you're talking about my IRL channel that I did when I lived with Ryan and we were doing like comedy content or whatever, like that was a product of its time, never doing that again. But IRL content I'm open to doing, and I would love to know if you guys want to see it. It would be more of like me working on projects that I'm passionate about. Micro asks, are there some general videos or even VODs of past YouTube streams you'd unprivate or set unlisted for nostalgia? I don't know, like what specifically? What's your favorite show / movie? I don't know, dude. Anime's sick. I know this probably won't be for a long time, but is there a chance ever so slight that you'll make Steve content again? No. Curious, how has your life been? Pretty good, man. Do you feel like you've connected with us? Oof, okay, we're asking some deep questions now. As a content creator, a huge part of what you do is simply connect with the community. I doubt you'll ever truly grasp how much you and your team have affected the people here and how much you inspire us. I know that I feel very connected to your work, and I'm sure the same is true for most, if not all, the people here. But what about you? Do you feel like you've truly connected with us? Do you feel like you've reached a piece of the world, that you've genuinely changed the lives of countless individuals? We know that it's true, but do you? Dang, bro. Have we done a good job of expressing our thanks and support to you? I hope that answer is yes. I hope that we've been able to reach you just as much as you've reached us. Damn. I don't know. I think sometimes it's hard to believe that I've made an impact as great as people tell me. I think sometimes it feels like it's easier to tell somebody big words rather than see or, experience it. So, sometimes I do read the comments. I mean, I think you guys know that. I love going through the comments and seeing what you guys say. And so many of you tell me stories on how I literally saved your life. And that's like something hard for me to comprehend, because I get what you're saying, and it means the world to me to hear that. But no matter how much I truly try and envision that, I'm like, wow, I did that though? Are you sure it was me, dude? I'm like, I don't know, man. But I believe you guys. You know, it's not like I think you're lying. Even my own staff keeps telling me that they're like, yeah, I don't think you realize how much of an impact you've made. Maybe I'm just trying to not be like all ego driven. So I'm like, yo, calm down. Like, don't like embrace that. You know, because if I embrace that, it's like, ugh. I don't know. It feels like a prideful thing, you know, and like a bad prideful thing for some reason. I think I like worry that I'll let it go to my head or something. But I do think that that's like a big part of why I haven't even left this channel. Like I can't leave it. Like I just can't. I don't know why. I do know why. I think one of the reasons why is this, you know? Yeah, I know I said I know I said you know just now. Okay, I did that one on purpose. You guys have made an impact on me probably just as much as I think I've made an impact on you. And I can't leave this community. Like I just can't. I step away, you know, to go actually focus on myself. But it goes back to how I was talking about unconditional support and how it makes me want to do more. I've seen like other YouTubers take a step away or clearly be overwhelmed by things or just be honest and vulnerable with their community, and their community just kind of be like butthurt at them or like not be understanding. But like you guys have always been understanding. Granted, the vocal minority of you have been understanding because of course there's always that grand, larger community that will dwindle if I don't upload consistently. And that's totally understandable because I mean, with a mix of like YouTube just going, oh, you didn't upload in a long time, we're going to not suggest videos to people, or, you know, episodical series not being promoted as heavily as they used to be like 8 years ago. YouTube just changes, and that's totally understandable. Or people just are over it and they just move on. But there's just a lot of you that, man, how do I put it in words? God, I'm so tired. It's like past midnight, but I'm doing this, okay? I'm not gonna not do this. Hold on. Oh, come on, think. I'm not one for parasocial relationships. I've never met most of you in person. It's not like I know you personally. God, what am I trying to say, bro? What am I even trying to say? I think in like an ever-growing world where everything feels connected, it's easier to feel disconnected. But here, I say the things on my mind. And the more I open up and the more I tell you guys these things, the more I realize that you understand. How long is Alex Rising going to last? Whew, wow, a change of pace on this one. Season 1 of Alex Rising is going to end in 2 episodes. Yeah, we've got episode 19 coming out, and then the big finale episode will be episode 20, which is going to be a big, long episode. 19 is going to be the last regular type episode we've been releasing, and then episode 20 will take like another month or 2 because it's going to be an ultra big episode, and that'll be the finale for the season. And then that's all I'll say on that. How do you find inspiration for your stories? Is it just from media or is there something more to it? I always try to look at pictures or videos sometimes to find mine, but I can struggle. It can be a struggle, so I was curious to ask. There's like a medium of a story where it's like, okay, Assassin's Creed, telling it through like, you know, assassins in a world or whatever. Rainbow Quest, like Steve's in a world, yada yada. But then there's the underlying story, and those underlying stories are usually what I'm just thinking about. I just kind of like listen to myself and listen to the things that I'm passionate about and mix it with the things I've absorbed, like other stories and things around me, whether it be real life or made up. Blech. There's my story. Do you miss any of your old series? Twisted Rainbow, Steve's Saga, Crafting Dead, or Rainbow Quest? Yeah, sometimes I miss old stories that I've made, but I'm glad that I concluded whatever I concluded. I did what I did, and I'm excited about whatever comes next. But I do sometimes miss them. But nostalgia can be a tricky thing. Will you be switching to use BBS mod for future content, or do you plan on sticking with Blockbuster? We will be switching to BBS mod with the completion of Alex Rising. We will be swapping over to BBS mod immediately. Blockbuster be crashing all the time. It be causing tons of problems, and we're grateful that we were able to use it for what we've been able to do with it. But BBS mod is better in every way, dude. So we're gonna be swapping to BBS as soon as we finish Alex Rising. What were the plans for the Minecraft virus series, if you can reveal the unused plot for it? It was honestly one of my old favorites from you at the time. Like, how was it supposed to end? I had no idea. I was uploading things daily. I just kind of did whatever. Steve Saga, Minecraft virus stuff. The only thing I planned around the Steve Saga days before Rainbow Quest, when I actually planned out a story, Rainbow Quest, I actually planned out a story. But around the Steve Saga days, the only thing I planned out was truly the actual canon ending, which I, you know, after this, I've told you guys before, after that point was not canon. So, but the only true ending where I truly thought about closing it out and actually planning the ending was when Sabre logs off. Are you still going to make Minecraft story role plays in the future? I really like that you make the stories and role plays. By the way, if Alex Rising is done, are you going to make a new one? Yeah, we're still going to be continuing that stuff. Don't worry, Minecraft TV stuff is still going to be there, like animated content. It's something we've been very passionate about and working on behind the scenes, and we've got big things to announce. Keep your eyes peeled, but it might take a while because it takes a while. But we have big things we're working on, and I hope I'm not like overly hyping it because I'm saying big things and I'm like setting the bar high, but I don't want to announce anything until we're ready to announce something. We want to be extra cautious, my team and I, about how we go about it from here until announcement. Oh, here we go. Have you considered reviving Trapped? Nah, I'm good. I can't. I know why it's discontinued, because I get nauseous, so they know that. But Blockbuster is capable of creating a sort of VR first person look. Nah, I think we've just new stories. I know you guys want to see it concluded, and I know I didn't conclude like any stories at the time when I was making all this stuff. So you guys want to see the stories be concluded, but I think I would rather just conclude stories from like here on out kind of thing. What is your favorite unhinged quote? Unhinged quote? Jesus. Or favorite quote in general? Okay. I don't know. I'm not really like a quote guy. I don't know. I got a quote. I don't know. I got things I say, but what quotes do other people? I guess I'll give you something. Okay. I like to think of it like this. All right. I'm thankful for my past, for giving my future this present. I thought of that one time and I was like, yo, that's sick, dude. That's so clever. No, but I do really like that quote and I always think about it. Best question ever. Can we get a full Blockbuster Detective Llama series? No. Hey, Sabre, have you completely moved on from the Steve-related role plays? No more Steve content after Twisted Rainbow? Yep. Will we ever get another big multi-series storyline like the Steve Cinematic Universe made by you again? Not Steve-related, maybe. What was the mindset while writing Twisted Rainbow? Were you sure this was the end you wanted for the Steve content? How long did you want to make something like this? I think after so much Rainbow Quest and even Steve Saga and all that, I think I just wanted to make a story and a perspective of how sometimes not everything does go right. If you guys want more of the mindset of what I was doing here, you could actually go watch the video, The Making of Twisted Rainbow, and I actually explain a lot of the mindset there. I mean, I also go in detail on like how the series was made altogether, but I talk about like the thought process of like what's going on here. But yeah, it was the end I wanted for the Steve content. It was the end I wanted for Twisted Rainbow. Twisted Rainbow was thought out from the very beginning. That one I thought out completely. As a matter of fact, I'm not gonna lie, there's still like a solid amount of stuff in Twisted Rainbow that I feel like was said that people didn't pick up on, and I'm like, dude, really? So I'm just saying, I'm leaving that out there. And also, I just gotta say, man, I was just really proud of the lines I wrote for the narration of like all those intro bits for the first half of Twisted Rainbow. I mean, Tootie, Ryan, voiced Origin Steve, and he did the lines, but I wrote it. Like, I wrote the whole series. I still watch back on those and I still connect with it. I mean, it goes back to like what makes you write these stories, like where does it come from, and that a lot of it comes from my philosophies of life and my outlooks. I think it feels easy to get trapped in our perspective, even me, myself too. And so this is my way of expanding it. Were you expecting this? I've been a longtime fan of your content, starting even with past the Steve saga. I've always wondered something though. Do you ever think your series would ever grow such a large fan base? Recently started rewatching Steve saga, and in the beginning, you seemed to just be having fun with your content, everything you did, and the support shown always seemed to make you happy and amazed. Even as you wrote and created all the series after Steve Saga, were you expecting all the love and support you got? I don't think I ever really expect what I get. I'm always so happy to see all the support I get, and it means the world to me. Going back to the other question, that you guys are impacted so much by what I write, what I do, what I create, and even Alex Rising, my team, what Phoenix has created. I don't think I ever expected it at all. What got you into storytelling, and what started your inspiration for stories? Even before I started doing stories, I would always just like daydream about stories. I would just like have these stories in my head. And I low-key think that by doing that, I just kept practicing, but I would just practice in my head telling these stories. And then one day I just started doing the stories and I started actually putting it out on paper. And I was like, yo, I'm bad at this. But then I kept doing it and I was like, yo, this is fun. Future content. What will be the name of the series after Alex Rising? And will the end of Alex Rising be similar to how Twisted Rainbow ended? Well, I guess you'll have to find out. But also the name of the series after Alex Rising you'll have to find out. Hey Sabre, I've been wondering, what color are your eyes? Like in some lighting they're green, and others they're bluish and sometimes gray. I've honestly just been wondering for so long. Well, sorry if this sounds rude or coming off in the wrong way. And a quick thank you for everything to you and your team. You've all made an amazing impact on our lives. Thanks. Hey, Aquila Tech, I appreciate it. And also, it totally makes sense that it would be gray because my eyes are actually green. But if you see my face cam with a green screen and I'm being chroma keyed out, because my eyes are green, it actually sometimes turns my eyes gray because I'm canceling out the green in my eyes as well. And it makes them a little more gray. Uh-oh, we got a big conversation happening in this one, dude. This one is a massive question for so many of us theorists here in the Discord server. It's one we've all been begging to know. Who was the great one? The most common theory among the community, Among Us, the game, the community, is that he is in fact the Twisted Rainbow variant of Steve Legend's protagonist Cole, due to the association with the color red and the Darkness Elite system. Also, would it seem as though the Darkness and World Below had some sort of connection in the series? Would it be okay to hear an elaboration on that? The first response. I will cry if this theory is denied. Will you release your worlds? Will you ever release your Minecraft worlds from Steve Saga or Rainbow Quest so we can play them? Nope. Hey, since I love the SCU so much, out of all the SCU series you did, what was the one you had the most fun doing? Okay, so this is tough because I was thinking of the Steve cinematic universe, but it looks like we got a response here by Chad saying, I'm not alone, but my favorite was Avengers. So now I'm starting to think of the Sabre cinematic universe. They both start with an S. So I guess I'll give my answer for both. I think that Rainbow Quest and Twisted Rainbow both have a special place in my heart if we're talking Steve cinematic universe. But if we're talking Sabre cinematic universe, then Sabora the Explorer has me dying every time, bro. I always go back to that. You guys gotta check that out if you have not watched that, bro. Sabora the Explorer has me dying. One of the funniest videos I think I've ever done on this channel, dude. It's hilarious, bro. If you had to choose, what series will be your favorite? I don't know, bro. I keep getting that question, but what is the hardest one to make? And that, without a doubt, is Alex Rising. Will you be uploading more? After Alex Rising, will you upload more content and give us a sneak peek of new content you might work on? I want to upload more. I really do. I'm just trying to figure myself out and what you guys could enjoy with me figuring myself out, you know, with all this stuff. Dude, is my hair getting greasier the further I go into this video? God, man, I gotta wash my hair. Hey there, I've been a long-time viewer for years. What's your favorite part of the creative process with story making, video making, something of the like? The soundtrack and then the cinematography, and then probably the acting. I like the acting in it. Steve content? No. What happened with Dreams of Color? So yeah, I mean, I know you guys, it's interesting to see that there's like multiple people actually genuinely asking about Dreams of Color and like people actually want to know. But again, it's changed. Might be a new type of story. I'm still interested. If anything, I'm more interested, and it's a bigger story in my head and on paper at some points. But I think I might want to write a book on it instead. But again, let me know. When did you start using Blockbuster? Twisted Rainbows when we first started experimenting with Blockbuster, and now we do it for Alex Rising. I've had this question for a while, ever since the beginning of your content creations, exponential beginnings, to later on to developmental developments into what it is today. But to make this as short as possible and not just a rant, Lamau, would you ever indulge in the SMP side of the Minecraft community? If you were ever invited to one, past, present, future, how'd you manage it? Would it have to be after massive projects that you've been making, and so on? I would be open to an SMP. I haven't really been invited to an SMP. I mean, it's not like I've really made it known that I'm interested in an SMP, I guess, but I would be open to an SMP. It'd have to be really intriguing to me, and I don't know if I'd be open to it being like super scripted based or lore themed. I've never really done too many SMPs, but I guess I could be open. I'm not saying no, but it would really have to like pique my curiosity, and I'd want to know a lot more about it before I say yes, but I'm not saying no. Hey Sabre, I've been watching you for a while and I was wondering if you'll ever do more Steve videos. Nope. I've recently been watching Rainbow Quest and I was wondering if you'll ever bring it back. Will you make another Minecraft server? Probably not. Is there any way to get into voice acting in the Minecraft TV scene? Yeah, there's actually a website where you can get hired and you can apply and like audition for voice acting roles. It's called castingcall.club. And you can sign up, make an account on there, and you can just apply and you can just start trying to get voice acting gigs. So by all means, give it a try. Bloopers, can you give us some bloopers? It can be any bloopers, VA bloopers, animating bloopers, acting bloopers. It doesn't even have to be the current series. It can be from any series. Wow, I can tell you guys really want some bloopers. That's just that would be my guess. I don't keep really any old raw footage from any other series, so I'm definitely not gonna be able to do that for you now. And I think bloopers are pretty tough to do. I know you want like animating bloopers and all that, but like, man, I don't know, dude. It's just, we're so focused on just getting the series out right now that like bloopers, it's like, okay, we got to remember to like clip things if there's like a funny blooper. Voice acting bloopers, I haven't really gotten permission from like voice actors and stuff to like, yo, can we just like take your outtakes that are like, you know, that aren't the ones that were meant to be used, you know, like that's like, I don't want to just take stuff out of context if people just like didn't want that to be used if they were just trying to do the voice lines and all that. Maybe in the future, bloopers maybe in the future, and I know you guys really want it, but there's not really that many bloopers, bro. Like, I know you guys think there's a ton of bloopers, but there's really not that many bloopers. Especially since it's all like made in post now. Like, it's not like improv acting anymore. There's not too much blooper stuff to happen. When is Rising Dead episode 2 coming out? Oh, that got canceled. Sorry, guys. Yeah, that's my announcement telling you right now. How do you switch the voice changers so quickly mid-recording? Did you use the voice mod controller or something else? Yeah, I have like a Stream Deck by Elgato, and it's like just a bunch of buttons. You just like hotkey them. So you just be like poop, swap, and it'll just like quick swap. Or you can just keybind them to a keyboard. If you have like a keyboard, you just quick swap them on a keyboard too, I'm pretty sure. Most fun part to write about Alex Rising and Twisted Rainbow and or any other series you've made. Most fun part to write about? Well, I guess I would say Twisted Rainbow. Probably the plot twist in Twisted Rainbow where it's revealed that Sabre knows that the first curse is basically evil. And the first curse goes, yo, I gotta protect myself, dude. He found me out. Like, I gotta like, I'm gonna have to take him down kind of thing. And then Sabre's like, nah, bro. And he just starts like maniacally laughing, going like, nah, like, I'm in, chief. And he's like down. I think that was like, I was like, yo, I really enjoyed writing that. That was sick. That, or even just the original part of Sabre just like snapping and just like walking up to like the elite and just like eating him. It's like, yeah. And favorite episodes from recent series. Twisted Rainbow, episode 17, At the Crossroads. That shot where they're at the crossroads, I'm like, yo, we killed it. We killed it with that shot, dude. With that, all those doorways, and then the emptiness on one side, and they're just kind of meeting in the middle. I was like, dude, this is actual cinema. Like, this is like cinema. Like, this is crazy, dude. I loved it. It was crazy. So much of Twisted Rainbow just comes to mind. But also, Alex Rising, when Alex... Spoilers. You're about to be spoiled by something. When Alex gets stabbed and Alex is, like, pushed off the cliff, and that shot of him falling, oh man, I remember when we adjusted that shot, because I was like, yo, we gotta pull back, we gotta get that angle, and we gotta show him falling, bro. And we got that. I was like, perfect. I was so happy with that, dude. I was so happy with that. Like, it was actually amazing. So I'm actually pretty happy with that. There's a lot, but that's just the first thing that comes to mind right now. All right, we're almost done. Are you ever gonna continue Rainbow Quest? No. All right, we're done. We're done with the Discord Q&As. Okay, we did it. Thank you guys so much for going to the Discord and asking the questions. There was a lot of repeating questions, so I'm sorry if yours wasn't showcased. You know, a lot of people asked a lot of the same questions, and I just need to start getting through them because they were gonna probably be answered the same way, so I'm sorry. And real quick, we're gonna do some community post questions because people also ask some questions over the community post and I want them to be heard. So first off, this one wasn't a question, but it seemed like it was very important. Hey, FavreMySabre. Just a disclaimer, I don't have a question, but please do read this if you have time to spare. I'll try to keep it short. I figured this would be the only chance I'd get for you to read my comment at all anyways. I'm a huge fan of yours. I've been here all the way back from the Steve saga. I remember coming home from school every day looking forward to a new episode. When I say you inspired me, that's an understatement. A huge one. You inspired me to start doing role plays, which actually led me to meeting one of my best friends of all time. I use so many references from Steve Saga and Rainbow Quest in my role plays too. I'm a teen now, not gonna say my exact age because the internet, good on you, don't do that. You're still one of my favorite YouTubers to date. Thank you so much for what you do. You're awesome. Thank you, The Everything Channel. I appreciate that. That means a lot. One downside of not uploading as often is that I can't be that like daily comfort content, you know? It's like, man, I do like that, the daily comfort content. It was cool. It was cool doing that. But thank you so much for the kind words. Will you ever do Steve-related content again? Nope. Other than storytelling, what do you enjoy doing? Are you planning to make more fantasy genre stories like Alex Rising, or will there be different types of stories like horror or sci-fi? Ooh, well, you will have to stick around to find out for that last question. But to your original question, what else do you enjoy doing? I like making things, dude. I like storytelling, but other than that, I like making stuff. I like exercising. I just love being creative, bro. Would you be open to make more Steve Saga merch? I specifically really want light Steve stuff. I have in Sabre.store, a classics tab, and on here we have some old merch right here. We got the OG like Steve Saga Rainbow Quest stuff, bro. Even the old Sabre shirt. But if you guys want some old merch to come back, then okay, sure. If there's a super upvoted comment, then we'll put it on in the shop. But I don't think I have any other old merch, so we'd have to make a new design or something. What was the best part about recording Steve Saga, Rainbow Quest, etc.? Getting that satisfying follow through on continuing story building and seeing your guys' reactions to like where I like was taking the stories and stuff. You guys would be like, no way! And I'd be like, yeah, that's right. Do you hate being remembered as the Steve Saga guy by your fan base? That's actually a pretty good question, I'm not gonna lie. And honestly, nah. I can't hate being remembered as something I gained success off of and that I made such an impact on other people for. If people love it, I'm glad they love it. I'm glad they love something that I made, you know? And of course, there's a part of me that's like, yo, you guys, I hope you guys love what I currently make just as much. But of course, you know, it's all personal preference. Times change, people move on. It's okay. I just hope as long as people are open to what I'm willing to do now, then cool. But to be remembered as a Steve Saga guy, if that's what people want to remember me as and they want to have the nostalgia of like me being the Steve Saga guy, go ahead, man. You know, that's your childhood. That's your personal experience. And that's, if I made an impact on you through the Steve Saga or whatever series that I made an impact on you or whatever content I made, then that's how you can remember me by. Go ahead. Remember me as that. It's all good. And if you worry that watching my new content is going to like change your mind on that or sully the nostalgia, like dirty the nostalgia that you had and you want to keep it pure, then keep it pure. Have nostalgia, man. I totally get it. I totally get it. Enjoy what I did for what I did, and you don't owe me any more than that. You don't owe me anything. Just enjoy what you enjoyed. Be happy. Live a loving life and be kind, bro. I'll be the Steve Saga guy for you, bro. It's all good. But I will be trying new things nonetheless. I'm not gonna let it stop me. Oh, wow, Sabre, over the years, you've done loads of roleplays, many of which have been discontinued so far. Which has been your least favorite creating? Which has been my least favorite creating instead of my most favorite? That's a good question. I haven't seen that one yet. This is why we went to the YouTube comments, bro. The least joy creating it was Minecraft Traps, but not because of the story. I actually really vibed with where it was going. Doing Minecraft VR got me so nauseous and I was just getting such headaches. It would like literally ruin the rest of my day being in Minecraft VR. So that was probably my least favorite to make, but not because of the story or anything, but because literally being in Minecraft VR was killing me, bro. How do you go about your video editing process? I'm trying to get into editing for a channel I'm working on and I'm very beginner. I want to learn to make something more cinematic like your videos, but don't know where to start. I like to start, when it comes to cinematic content, I actually like to start with the music and the soundtrack. I'm very soundtrack oriented. So like for Twisted Rainbow, when I was trying to think of like, well, I want to fight, I'm just envisioning a fight. I find like a fight song for Twisted Rainbow. And then when I listen to the song, I envision how the fight's actually gonna go out throughout the song. I'm thinking like, what is the song? And then I listen to the song, then I can actually write more of what's happening. Even if what's happening is not going to be throughout the whole song, but I have that song on loop and I'm just like, yo, this vibe, I'm locked in, baby. So you start with the song. I like to start with music, soundtrack stuff. It kind of depends. If you're trying to make like a story type content, then you kind of got to go based off scripts and stuff if you want to make something cinematic. But if you're saying just adding in like Minecraft cinematics in post, then like if you're just saying you're editing like an SMP and then you want to add cinematics because you have replay mod on, right? I would say cut your raw footage, just focus, don't even worry about any cinematics, just cut the raw footage all the way down to the best highlights of exactly what you want to showcase, then find where you want to put cinematics, then go out, get those cinematics, insert them, and then you can do the music. That's what I would do. And then you can do the soundtrack over that. So I don't know. It kind of depends what specifically you're trying to do. At the end of the day, find what works for you, because what I just said may not work for you, right? It's what works for me. Some people do it differently, and that's totally fine. Find your workflow and listen to yourself. What feels right to do first, and don't get lost. Like, don't worry about what other people are doing. Stop thinking about what other people are doing. Just sit there and go, what should I do first? And do it. Okay, we're done. We did it, folks. Oh my goodness, we actually did this. I do appreciate your guys' support. Thank you so much for the patience on stuff altogether. Comment down below your thoughts on all this. What a word salad this entire video was. And we should do this more often, man. I'll see you guys next time.